Oops, let me just move this around, get a little organized here. Good to see you, Leo, William, Bonnie, everyone. All right, good. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their weekend. I don't know where you are in the neck of the woods, but it's 27 degrees here in New York, and it is freezing, and it's supposed to get into the 50s. So I don't know what's going on with the weather, but hopefully it's going to give some good excitement because this week is a very fun week because what's happening this week is we're going into the fourth quarter earnings. So a lot of action going on. Market's down a little bit. We're down about 300 points. Going down a little. We had a nice little up week last week. We nice little run up. It looks like we just kind of lost it all this week. A lot of people are getting a little nervous on what to expect on, did we cap out the stimulus package? It's going to work. New administration coming in impeachments on, President Trump. What's going to happen? So we're going to be really focused on certain stocks that could be affected and that could benefit from it. So one of the big things, there's a couple of stocks I'm moving this morning, but just keep in mind, not everything. Certain ones are going to be affected more than others. So, but there are some of them that are doing great. Like, see what happened with this past week, like last week. The biggest thing about last week was Bitcoin. So I just want to bring it up really quick. So you could see that Bitcoin went up to 42,000. Now it took a nice little correction. It's down 34, I think it dropped. I knew it was going to get about that high, but we were just looking at this thing. 2 weeks ago it was in the high teens, and then it was in the 20,000 thing. Just really took off. Listen, profit taking are always going to be taking place, and I told you that sometimes you can't trade stocks that are to get into that Bitcoin market, unless you have an account, and if some people still don't understand. But there are stocks that we did trade. It was Mara and Riot, but they're taking a nice little correction here. You can see how volatile these stocks are. Now remember, it closed at 29 on Friday. Look where it is right now, down to 21. So this should be no shocker to some of us because you know what? When we traded, there's a lot of good short squeezes, and we've seen how it happens when we keep telling you what goes up very fast comes down twice as fast. So that's why you don't like these things go up the way they do, because not too people own it for that period of time, and it causes a lot of uncertainty on stability at those price levels, and that's something that we learn in as we're trading here at Cyber Trading University. Now let's go over some of the stocks that are moving this morning. And, obviously you can see there's some big ones that are taking hits right now. Mara is another one. By the way, these are all on the B list, but you can see Mara was $10 less than a week ago. The thing ran to 26, huge winner. Now it's down back to 20. So listen, is this the crash in Bitcoin? I don't know. As a trader, all I know is I follow the money. And I see there's a Fausto flag going on Mara, so it does look lower. Listen, there's always people who want to take money off the table. It's not the long term, but it's the short term that you have to focus on. So got to keep an eye on those two stocks. Those basically are on our B list. But also keep in mind, everybody, these things are pretty damn volatile. These are like in a category 4 that we, remember we talk about in phase one, lesson 1. These are things you really got to be concerned about. All right, a couple of stocks this morning. Let's start off with the A list. LMFA. Let's start off with that one. So here's a stock that's gapped up huge, 50%. The stock that we traded last week on Friday. It was a great winner, ran from 80 cents to 220. Okay, but guess what? She's gapped up again. She's up at 319. Okay, and once again, be very careful. Remember we traded FTFT. Remember that one went from $2 to 11. Look where it is right now, down to $6.90. So one thing that bothers me is I hate buying and selling it, buying and selling it. And you always say, you know what, why did I just hold on to it? Because this is what happens when you hold on to it, when they go up too fast. So overnights can make you very wealthy, but they also can put you out of business. So you got to be careful of those. HAPP, another one that's gapped up a little bit this morning. It's up about 22%, 6 million shares. Got some nice little algorithms going on with that stock. Actually, I take that back. Not terribly. I see a couple of 10,000s and a couple of 800s. So there's some support levels here at 220. There's a 14,000 share buyer out there. Let's see if it holds. but it's not really making higher highs. That's why, you know what? Going from the A list, I'm going to throw this back on the B list. APDN. Another one, it's up nice. Was the one that we traded last week. We're from 6 to 12. One of those 100% movers that we traded. And now you can see the stock is going down. By the way, I just got a chat in the cyber group, in the YouTube room. Yeah, we had a little bit of issue over the weekend, and we're in the process of fixing it right now. So we will get access up and running shortly in cyber group. Okay, guys. So just stand by. Don't go anywhere. All right. We just got to fix some of the tags that we did. It was an update over the weekend. So we'll stay live, and we'll get you in there in that room soon. Probably hopefully before the market opens up. So apologize for any inconvenience. Another stock we want to keep an eye on, which has got great news over the weekend, is NIO. I keep doing that, dyslexic. NIO. So they did some type of a new joint venture with NVIDIA. So that stock has literally just took off huge. You could see it. And I just can't believe it was trading the stock just the other day, less than a month ago, a couple of months ago at $3. Finally just got out of its own way. So NIO is obviously doing really, really well. If you don't know what NIO is, it's a copycat of Tesla of China. That's really what it is. And don't take offense of it, but basically that's what it is. It's just another, another electric car company. And but doing that deal with NVIDIA is pretty big. So you could see it, but now it's starting, now I can officially say it's a real company. When the stock is hovering here for a while at these prices since November, around the 40s to the 50s, that means a lot of people own it. A lot of people built some business investment in it. And, now it's starting to break out. So that one is also doing really, really well. And we all know NVIDIA is like the godfather of, bringing up NVIDIA. NVIDIA is just literally is the king and the godfather and the ruler of, like, when it comes to video games. I remember this over the Christmas holiday. I mean, everybody just wants their video card. Every gamer wants their video card. I mean, the company's just an animal, and you could see it. I mean, just literally, it's a super powerhouse. AMD tries to compete with it, or MU tries to. NVIDIA is like, you can't touch it. But for doing a deal like that, that's really huge for them. ALRN, another stock that's going to hop over here on the B list, which I'm going to look right now. Stock's up at 29%. Nice little level one stock, a little bit of an algo stock. So if you're a beginner trader and you really haven't really traded and you don't know what it's like to be in a trade and you're a little nervous, if you're an advanced trader, you could trade several thousand. If you're a beginner, you could trade a couple of hundred. So this is right up your alley. Bingo. That stock was a fun stock for us. We made a lot of money with Bingo. So yes, the stock was $1 and we day traded it. If you look back in our journals and look back in our YouTube video, we were talking about this stock and we did really, really well, but it went from $1 to about $7, starting to make a little bit of move today. I don't know what's up with this stock. I mean, this is not your normal trading pattern with this stock. I mean, if you look at it, we see these stocks like FTFT when they go from 2 to 11 down to 5. But when you look at BNGO and she's starting to hold here for the last couple of days, that's really kind of telling me that something is more to the story than of being a short squeeze. So I would keep a close eye on this Bingo, because this is how you learn how to make something into a day trade, into a swing trade, to an investment, and then last but not least, to an option trade. Okay, you don't go from options to investing to swing to day trading. It's the other way around. Remember, it's black and white when you just buy the stock. PT, another one that's moving this morning, PTE, stock that we traded also on Friday. Stock had a nice move from $1 to $1.40 to $1.60. This could be one of those another cheapies that make a nice little pop again. I like this stock, a nice little trend, but you can see that the algo is starting to kick in. History is a funny way of repeating itself. We've seen it time and time again. Could be another FTFT. TRXC, another one that's gapped up to $1.70. Nice little trend, nice little move. Not moving crazy, but could be a nice little comfortable beginner stock for you. And then last but not least, which is kind of scary because it's like a Monday. And unfortunately, I'm not a fan of trading on Mondays, but Mondays obviously have been pretty volatile for us and actually been pretty good. But GameStop, another one's gapped up pretty nice, up 10%. Listen, this stock was in the middle of getting Oops, sorry about that. GameStop was actually in the middle of getting crushed, and now I'm finally made a big comeback. So there you have it. There's our watch list. Those are the stocks that we have. Oops, hold on 1 second. 1 second, please.
Oh, sorry.
My staff calling me up right now, saying they're trying to get you guys into the room. But we pretty much got our list right here. Things are moving great. If you see something, you say something. Get prepared for the end of the week. That now we're getting into January. It's the middle of January. Things are going to start picking some action. Just be a little concerned about the market being down. I think things are, we'll find out what happens with the inauguration going on next week. We'll see some of the policies start coming in. And then also we'll keep an eye with earnings announcements going into the fourth quarter, which obviously is going to start off with the banks, which is going to really set the stage of what to look at and to see what's happening with the stimulus package. So, because I know the street loves stimulus, so it's like free money to them, and with that, it only helps their bottom line. All right, guys, good luck, happy trading. We'll be back here at 2:30, and don't forget this week the Cyber Expo. We got 5 great speakers. We'll look forward to seeing you all there. And if you want to register, just click on the bottom, like us, and friend us, and we'll get you registered for that big event that we do here at Cyber Trading University. Happy trading, everyone. Be safe.